Hey there, folks. It's your boy Charles Barkley. Today I'm showing off my Provisional Store Championship Ochaco 2 deck. So we ran Ochaco 2 because I think she's very exciting for set 3. As a 5-hander with 33 health, she's got, limitations, but that huge health stack to try and chew through. She's Air, Chaos, Death. I'm running her on Death, so be prepared for some spicy choices. Enhance, Commit. This attack gets -3 speed, so very useful on defense. Enhance, this attack gets +2 speed, so that's every single attack you get to add 2 speed to unless she gets committed, which that's one of the big things that makes her devastating. But most importantly, Response. Once per turn, after your non-throw attack deals damage, add it to your hand. Your next check to play an attack this turn gets +2. So you get to sit there and just play an attack a second time, or pick it back up and play a different attack, and then get +2 on the next check. Either way, you're going to be able to maximize the value of that 5-card hand. So let's take a look at the deck. All right. For attacks, first off, we've got Float Combo. It's ranged combo high attack. As a 5 diff with a 6 high with 4 damage. It's a high damage number already, or high speed number already, and a +2 high block. With the combo, switch this attack speed and damage. If you already know your opponent's not blocking, you can get some 6 or 8 damage through just based on the Ochaco Enhance alone. But more importantly, and the reason it's in here, Enhance. If this attack is completely blocked, it still deals 1 damage. Guaranteed damage to be able to set up the rest of that turn. You can guarantee that you hit the float combo or burn through their wall cling, faith shield, and such at a crazy high speed. And then, burn those resources so you can play your other attacks. Ran that as a 4 of, always pays off. Then, our big boy new addition for Hulking Grimace. Hulking Grimace is a card out of Heroes Clash. It's got the +3 low block, kind of bad, but it's a 6 diff with a 5 mid 10 damage. It's Fury Taunt. Response. After your rival blocks his attack, seal their block. Can't be Faith Shielded, not that this specifically matters a ton for that. Can't be Breakered. Can't be Cheerful Uppercutted. Anything like that, you get to say, nah, I'm good. And Enhance. If this attack is blocked, draw 1 card. Only playable if your printed hand size is 5 or less. And since you are, that means card draw if they even half block it. So you can be slinging this as a 7 mid for 10. They half block it, pick it back up, play it again, and you send another 7 mid for 10. Just disgusting. Just beautiful. I love it so much. Then we're running 4 Turn to Dust. It's a 5 diff with a 4 high for 5 with a +1 mid block, so great defensive card. It's EX2 Fury Stun 2. Enhance, destroy 1 foundation. Destroy 1 foundation committed due to this attack's stun ability. Your rival may lose 2 health to cancel this ability. The ability to pick one of those 2 stunned attacks and try and get them to destroy it. Routinely, you either get a free foundation destruction or them to lose 2 life. Sapping life out this way can be a real easy way towards victory. Same with Enhance. Lose 2 health, your rival loses 2 health. Your rival may destroy 1 foundation to cancel that ability. This keeps them in line with you, with how many foundations they're playing. And if they choose to not destroy, then you're just, you're putting them in a lower number. And thus you need to play less attacks. Since you generally are going to have the bigger health total, it's nice to start that race. Then we've got 3 Howitzer Impact Cyclones. It's a 5 diff, it's a 3 high for 6, +2 low block. Fury, Powerful 3, Slam, Combo Fury. Combo Enhance. Add the top card of your deck to your momentum. Great ability. Very, very important here. But if you combo, you can set up this, and then this can routinely end games. If once they can't block a high, that powerful 3 with the ability to throw a free momentum, that can be 15, 20 damage. Enhance. Destroy 1 foundation, draw 1 card for each of your momentum. The other big thing. Blowing up 1 committed foundation to draw 3, 4, 5 cards is another huge game changer. So getting that combo off, very useful. Then, another new addition, the provisional promo, Villainous Waylay. It's a 4-diff with a 4 mid for 5 with a +2 low block. It's a Fury and Enhance. Name a block zone. Your rival must discard a card with the name block zone. If they cannot, they reveal their hand. Use this to set up your other attacks for the turn. Use this, at minimum, you get to scout their hand, know what they have. If not, you'll get 1 less block that they can play. Sure, it's a 2-check, but we were used to 2-checks at this point. And yeah, I'd play more if I had them. It's a great card. Then, our other 2-check, 3 copies of Gale Force Punch. It's a 6-diff, 6 mid for 8, or for 6, with a +1 high block. So it gets to go become an 8 mid for 6, where punch ranged, but enhance. If you have fewer foundations than your rival, destroy 1 foundation. This enables you to pick targeted foundation destruction just for playing the attack most of the time. Getting rid of whatever their best foundation is so vital to the Ochaco control game plan. And then enhance. Lose 3 health. Your next Fury or Punch attack gets +5 damage. So this just lets you set up the rest of your attacks and just put up big boy damage numbers before you go and kill them. Love it. And my final one was just a one-off of Long-Lasting Explosion. It's a 5-diff with a 5 mid for 6 with a 2 mid block. Great numbers. It's a Charge Fury and Enhance. If this next attack you play this turn is a high attack, it gets +3 speed. If the next attack you play this turn is a mid attack, it gets +3 damage. Since you're only playing mids and highs, either way you're getting stats. I waffle back and forth on how much I love this card. We'll probably try it again at some point in a higher number. It paid off a few times I got to try it out recently, but it was just, let's put it as a one-of, just to have 1 extra attack floating around. And it worked okay. Down to actions. Running 3+ ultras. It's a 2-diff with a +5 mid block, but really, when attempting to block with this card, reduce the speed of your rival's attack to 0. It's just there to prevent crazy speed attacks from killing you. And the first enhance, discard 1 momentum, double your attack speed or damage. So you can use this to turn Hulking Grimace to a 20 damage attack. You can use this to turn its base speed to 10. You can use this to do the same kind of numbers to Gale Force. If you use the Gale Force or long-lasting enhances, that next attack stats will be doubled when you play this. Either it's a great defensive piece, it's a great offensive piece. As long as it's not on turn 2, it's a great card to see. Then I'm running 3 Evil Gaze. The 0-diff with a +1 mid block, breaker 1. So if you do block with it, it's just going to, be an easy block that sets things up for you. And enhance, lose 2 health, the attack gets +2 or -2 speed. If this attack is blocked, destroy 1 rival foundation, remove this from the game. And deadlock, destroy 1 foundation, remove this from the game. You just get to pick if it's deadlock and just targeted foundation destruction. Very, very nice. But yeah, the ability to set up a block, get a foundation destroy, or put an attack is iffy over the top. So, make that Hulking Grimace a 9 speed, just to make sure you get it through. That's an easy way to set up the big damage for the rest of your turn. Then assets. I'm running 2 Sports Festival Stadiums. It's a 2-diff, 2 mid block terrain. While this card is in your stage, after a player takes damage from an attack, they lose 1 health. This goes for both players, even if it's committed, but you're going to be throwing attacks, and, with like the float combo being an extra damage, that's routinely very nice. But more importantly, response commit. After a rival blocks your attack, discard their block and draw 1 card. This lets you continue turns that you might necessarily not have been able to. It also stops all the breakers and such, just like hulking Grimace. This is just another way to keep your attacks going, your turn, just being better. Love it. Then I ran 1 copy of Grenadier Bracers. It's a 1 diff, 2 mid block, tech unique weapon. If you have destroyed a foundation this enhanced step, this attack gets +1 damage. I'm running a good amount of foundation destruction, and then I have cards that will destroy my own foundations. So this isn't unnecessarily... It's routinely a free damage on every attack. And enhanced commit. This attack gets +1 damage for each foundation you've destroyed this turn. On a good turn, this can be 3-4 commit damage. Very neat. Very neat. Very useful. Just ways to get more damage to guarantee that kill. Then foundations. We're running 4 copies of Arrogant Disposition. It's a +1, so it's a spam foundation, or it's a 1 diff spam foundation, +2 low block with a 6 check. The 6 check's why we're running it, but enhanced commit, this punch attack gets -3 speed. Not irrelevant. A lot of punch decks still out there, and -3 speed, can't hate that. Then 4 copies of Apathetic. Another great card. It's a 4 check with a +3 high, but enhance flip 1 rival foundation. Just lets you keep the board something manageable for you. Since you're gonna get outbuilt, this lets you control what your opponent actually gets to have floating around. Love to see it. Then we got 4 copies of Tightlipped. It's a 0 diff, which is great to keep, playing that first opening turn. +1 mid block. Enhance, flip 1 foundation. Your attack gets +1 damage. Not irrelevant damage when you have some stuff to flip, but the +1 mid block, the 0 diff, those are really why it's here. Four copies of Let's Fight Bad Guys. It's a 1 diff with a +2 mid. Half the reason's here just because it's spam, but also enhance, flip, your fury attack gets +2 speed. With most of your attacks being fury, this +2 speed is just there combined with Ochaco's +2 speed to put attacks over the top and get that guaranteed damage through. Just what you got to do to get the Ochaco turn set up. Then we're running 4 league interviews. It's here for the 6 check. It's a 2 diff with 3 mid block. But first form, discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Your next check to play an attack gets +1. This is one of the things that actually enables you to set up your a decent turn, just because the ability to play that 6 diff on a 5, or without having to commit a foundation or offset your 2s and such, really helps just actually play the turn, especially since you're routinely going to be stuck on lower foundation counts. Response, flip after you make a check to block an attack. That check gets +1. Not irrelevant, especially if you have multiple of these on board. Then our other spam, Mediator. It's a 1 diff for 3 high. Enhance, destroy. Your rival's attack gets -3 speed. If you have played an action card this turn, draw 1 card. That includes blocks, so you can block with your plus ultra, you can block with your evil gaze, you can use your evil gaze, and that lets you set up a free card draw, so you can block 1 more attack than you necessarily might not have been able to. And otherwise, it's a spam foundation, and you need those. Then I'm running 3 first day of class. It's a +3 low block, 2 diff. Response, enhance commit. If this is the first attack of this turn, your next check to play an attack this turn gets +2. Very useful at making sure you can get that extra attack off, especially if you know this first one's going to get blocked. This lets you go and play something on a 6 or 7 without having to necessarily check. If you check poorly, your turn's not over. Flip after this card is committed during the enhanced step. Ready it, playable while committed. If you need to keep those foundation counts up, that's what you use to keep them, to be able to play that rest of that turn. Great card. Then we've got 3 Night Watch. It's a 2-diff plus 3 high block, unique. Response. Remove 1 action card from your discard pile. After a rival plays a non-character enhance, cancel it. Just having a cancel sitting on the board routinely makes your opponents play around it, and this lets you stop the 1 or 2 things you think that might actually kill you. Just great to have around, especially when you're playing as many actions as I am. Deadlock Form. Flip. Add 1 combo attack from your card pool to your hand. If they go into deadlock, the ability to play an attack an extra time as Ochaco, beautiful. Just beautiful. And running 2 Learning the Standards. Another 2 diff, 3 mid block. Another big defensive piece. Flip after your rival builds an asset or foundation during the combat phase. Flip it. Just a way to control stuff off of that. But more importantly, response remove. After you take damage from an unblocked attack, your rival must play a non-attack card as their next form or end their combat phase. Ending a turn because they don't have a non-attack in hand, or just making it so that their progressive is that much harder. Routinely very useful. It's a great way to keep yourself alive. They're running 2x latent skill. Enhance, flip, discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards. It's a 2 high block, 2 diff, but that flip, discard 2 to draw 2, that's what lets you get another great chance at having a kill turn. And then finally, 2 Spookies. It's a 2 diff plus 3 high. It's unique. Commit. Switch the speed and damage of your rival's attack. This combined with Mediator or Ochaco, where you can reduce the speed, lets you take an attack and basically turn it irrelevant. That is so good at keeping you alive. So good. Just being able to basically ignore 1 attack a turn is just beautiful. I ran a interesting sideboard of Pillar Swing, 2 Stun Grenade, 2 Nothing to See Here, and Eraserhead with 4 erases. But honestly, I didn't feel the need to use any of this other than the Eraserhead. And that didn't work amazing against Mineta, just because you're such a low health count at that point. But there's a number of that's basically here for the Eraserhead matchup. And then these were if I felt like I needed to switch attacks. And this is if I really felt like I needed to be able to destroy more foundations or use the momentum to discard for -3 speed. I didn't end up using them that much, but they're very situational things, and the attack lineup is just to be able to switch into some different stuff to try out. All right, so that's the deck. Thank you very much. Have a great day.